Hey guys, welcome to Pass the Summit with Coach Kolyn. Today we're going to be giving our very first shoe review for volleyball. Stay tuned.
All you need to know. Push it up, kick it up, 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 push it up. All you need to know. All you need to know.
Hey guys, welcome to the very first shoe review on the Pass the Summit channel. Like I said in the intro, my name is Coach Kolyn, and today we are looking at the ASICS METARISE shoe, worn by flagship player Yuji Nishida. They made this shoe like 3 years ago, but online you never really see any videos about it in English. I wanted to make a video for you guys in English for upcoming volleyball players in the United States, especially in the Midwest, where it's a growing sport. And so, yeah, let's talk about the shoe. The weight of the shoe it feels light and it looks bulky. So we'll weigh the shoe, see how much it weighs. So the right pair is 12.39 ounces, and the left pair that I have is 12.29 ounces. So that's a 0.1 ounce difference between my pairs. Now, honestly, you're not going to really notice that difference in real time. But the shoes aren't the heaviest, but they aren't the lightest shoe on the market. Light shoes can range anywhere from 9 to 11 ounces, and heavy shoes are like 14 plus ounces. And these sit right in the middle. Honestly, for me, I feel like they're really light when I play, and I'm a heavier person, and these shoes really do help if you are a heavier person. Let's talk about the traction of the shoe. The traction of the shoe is, first off, amazing. I have had no issue slipping, and I haven't fallen over because I've slipped, but I have fallen over because I was stuck to the ground. So that just tells you how sticky this is, even when I've broken the shoe in quite a bit. There are multiple different patterns on the base of the shoe, on the outsole of the shoe. I don't know specifically what the different patterns do in terms of traction, but all in all, the traction itself is really good. Stopping power on the shoe is amazing. Even when it doesn't squeak, I'll take one step and I'll just plant right into the ground. The shoe stopping power literally stops on a dime. Sometimes it stops so good that I fall because I'm just stuck onto the ground. Because the outrigger is so huge, you have a lot of wiggle room when you do an approach, and you have a lot of room to work with. Now, the one downside with this shoe, at least for me specifically, is that the shoe picks up dust fairly quickly. And I play on a pretty clean court, and obviously, not every court can be the most clean thing in the world. So obviously dust comes in, and it picks up the dust that's on there really fast. Now, there isn't really an issue with that because the shoe stops really well on the dusty floor anyway, or even with dust on it, because the stopping power is just that good. But if you hate wiping your shoe, then this is a no-go for anybody who hates wiping the shoe. All in all, the traction on the shoe is amazing, the stopping power is amazing, and I don't think I've had a shoe that's better in terms of traction. We move on to the cushioning of the shoe. Now, these shoes were specifically made for attackers trying to max jump when they're hitting the ball in volleyball. And the cushioning for this one, you can feel it. You can feel the flight foam, but compared to that of the Sky Elites, the Metarise doesn't have a lot of cushioning, and the heel is very stiff in my opinion when I do an approach or when I land. The tech in the shoe is more focused on the jump itself rather than the landing itself. For a shoe that's specifically meant for jumping and for attacking, I really think they could have used more cushioning in it, but all in all, I think it's okay. Support and lockdown of the shoe is actually really good. Like I said, so it has 2 systems in place to keep your foot stable, and it's the monosock system and the Dynawrap system. The Dynawrap system, if you've ever worn it, can be a little tight around the top of your foot because it's literally like covering this whole spot right here. And if you have wider feet, you do kind of feel that a little bit, because I have pretty wide feet and I've never really had an issue with the Dynawrap, but according to a lot of people who have had this shoe, the Dynawrap kind of hurts them. So I guess it's just a personal feeling. The next system that helps with the lockdown and support and stability of the shoe is the monosock system. Like I said in the intro, the monosock system basically is this support system inside the shoe that's part of the tongue and the Achilles heel support, and it wraps around the whole upper, I think. I'm not gonna cut apart my shoe, but I think it goes around the whole upper, and it just keeps your foot in place on top of the extra ankle support that this shoe gives you. The Achilles support in here has 2 little cushions inside of it that support your Achilles, so that part is great as well, and that's part of the monosock system. The support and stability of the shoe is great. I have no issues with it. Like I said, I've only fallen down because the shoe got too stuck to the ground. And so I've never felt like I would slip out of these shoes. I've never felt like I would roll my ankle in these shoes. To be honest, I think it'd be quite hard to roll your ankle in these shoes unless you actively like try to land on your ankle. And it's kind of weird, right? But the shoe is technically a low top, right? But it feels like a mid top. And it's really weird. I don't know if that makes sense. But honestly, like it's different, it's weird, and it's kind of cool, and I don't know, I like it because I used to really like mid tops, and currently I wear mostly low tops, and this is like a good hybrid between the two. About fit and comfort of the shoe. The fit and comfort of the Metarise I think will vary from person to person. Definitely if you have like super wide feet, it's gonna feel tight, because I have wide feet but not like really wide feet, and it's kind of tight around my forefoot and my arch, and sometimes it doesn't bleed or anything, but it does kind of feel strained after I take the shoe off. But the shoe itself is really snug to get into, so it's really tight to get in, and it's tight when you put it in. And I guess that's the point, because when you're jumping, you don't want any loose parts. So I think for the tech and the shoe design itself and the purpose of it, I think that's the point. So it's really good in terms of that. But for those who have really wide feet, I don't know if they make like 2E, 4E versions of the shoes, but maybe size up a half size if you need to. You might have a little toe room, but honestly, all in all, I think that's okay. So it does feel a little tight if you go true to size. Now let's talk about my final thoughts on the shoe. I think the ASICS METARISE is an amazing shoe. If you are a straight up attacker, like so opposite hitter, straight up outside hitter, I think these shoes are really good because it makes you max jump the way it's formed, because the heel toe transition is like absolutely absurd. It's so good. Story, I almost never bring my legs back to hit or when I jump serve, but the second I put these shoes on, it like forced me to like bring my legs back, and it was really awkward, really weird, but I've gotten used to it, and it's honestly really nice, and I feel like I get higher with these shoes on. It is a good volleyball shoe. I do not recommend this shoe though for liberos or middle blockers, because the cushioning is not the greatest, and shoes are really high off the ground, so I wouldn't recommend this for liberos or like setters. Definitely though for straight up outside hitters and straight up opposite hitters. all in all, I give the shoe, I think, a 9 out of 10. The only reason why I give it a 9 out of 10 is because for specific positions, it's really good, but for every position, I don't think it's the best shoe, and especially for the price point, because ASICS doesn't make these in mass anymore, and most of the time you have to buy these off on resale. And to be honest, these shoes, for the price point for resale, I don't think it's worth it in the long run. So these shoes are amazing, and if you get them, just get them. Like, they're gonna be your best shoe. But for those of you guys balling on a budget, it is not gonna be really good for your wallet. So how do the Metarises compare with the Ballistics, the Gel Rockets, and the Sky Elites? I think the Metarises are a great shoe. I will be making a review on all these shoes later for people. And I will be doing a comparison between all 4 shoes, because all 4 of these shoes are generally what people have when they play indoor volleyball. So stay tuned for that video. Overall, I give the ASICS Metarise a 9 out of 10.